Thinking is continuous. It does not begin. It does not stop. It continues, whether you are aware or not. So the question is not, am I thinking? The question is, am I aware of my thinking? This is the 7-minute daily focus, day 86 of 365. To focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of thinking, continuity. Pause for a moment. Thinking is continuous. It does not begin. It does not stop. It continues, whether you are aware or not. So the question is not, am I thinking? The question is, am I aware of my thinking? You are thinking, and through thought, you become aware that you are thinking. And when you are aware, you can direct thinking. Thought is within, effect is without, and thinking stands between. What you continue to think on unfolds, and what unfolds must physically express. So continuity is not optional. It is already in motion, and the only question is, what are you allowing to continue? If thinking continues from what is physically seen, then unfolding follows appearance. If thinking continues from what is recognized within, then unfolding follows cause. This is the distinction. Passive thinking continues without awareness. Active thinking continues with direction. Pause for a moment. Continuity without awareness allows what is physically seen to direct thinking. Continuity with awareness allows what is recognized within to direct thinking. Pause for a moment. Let this deepen. Continuity is not something you create. Continuity is already in motion. Thinking is already continuing. The only difference is, are you aware of what is continuing, or are you allowing what is physically seen to determine it? Because thinking does not pause. Thinking does not wait. Thinking continues, whether you direct it or not. So understand this clearly. If you are not directing thinking, thinking is still being directed, but not by you. It is being directed by what is physically seen, and what is physically seen is always secondary to what is unfolding. So when you allow what is physically seen to determine what you continue to think on, you are not creating, you are reacting, and reaction interrupts unfolding. This is why awareness is authority, because the moment you become aware, you can decide what thought will continue and what thought will not. You are no longer carried, you are directing. So the discipline is simple. Not force, not pressure, but recognition. Recognition of what is within and the decision to remain with it. Because what you remain with continues, and what continues unfolds. And what unfolds must physically express. So remain with this. Thinking is continuity and not doubtfulness, not struggle, steadfastness, consistency. To think is to remain continuously aligned with what is within, and as you remain, you unfold, and what you unfold must physically express. Pause for a moment. Let this settle deeper. Continuity reveals something precise. You are not choosing whether thinking continues. You are choosing what thinking continues on. That is the point of authority, because the stream is already moving, but the direction of the stream can be decided. So become exact. A thought may appear from what is physically seen. A thought may be recognized from within. Both can be continued. Both can be unfolded. Both can physically express. So the difference is not in thinking. The difference is in origin. And this is where many become confused. They attempt to correct what is physically seen by thinking on what is physically seen. They attempt to change effect by continuing effect. That is passive thinking. because it is directed by appearance, and appearance is always secondary. Active thinking is different. Active thinking returns within. It recognizes what is true within, and it continues that, not occasionally, but continuously, because continuity is what allows unfolding to complete. So understand this sequence clearly. Recognition within forms the seed. Thinking continues the seed, and continuity allows unfolding. Unfolding results in physical expression. And once you see this, you no longer react. You return within, and you remain. So the practice becomes simple, not doubtfulness, not struggle, not force. You are not pushing the seed, not pressure. You are not trying to make it happen, but steadfastness, focused, the decision to remain with what is within, the discipline to continue it, the awareness to recognize when you have shifted, and the return back to within. Because every time you return, you restore direction. Every time you remain, you strengthen continuity. Every time you continue, you allow unfolding, and what you allow to unfold must physically express. Now, the affirmation for day 86. Pause for a moment. Thinking is continuous. Through thought, I become aware that I am thinking. I think from within. I recognize from within, not from what is physically seen. I do not follow appearance. I remain aligned with what is within. I remain steadfast. I sustain the seed through active thinking. I remain with it, and because I remain, it unfolds. And what unfolds must physically express. Remember, by design, by focus,